Very good.
Sorry if asked already, I've missed part of the call. Have you had a pandemic bump in membership? Apart from content, have you tweaked your methodologies this year? What Christmas deals do you have? So those are 5 questions in one comment. Thank you, John.
These are all excellent questions. Thanks, John. So, yes, we got a pandemic bump in subscriptions. So we were really kind of bracing ourselves as to what was going to happen. And we were kind of really pleased that we did have a big uptick in subscriptions over the summer. Lots of people at home, bored, trying to find out more about what's going on in the world. That was kind of offset financially for us by the complete decimation of newsstand sales, of course, because obviously we sell a huge amount of our magazines through places like train stations and airports. Yeah. All those were closed down, and independent magazine stores were closed down. But yeah, we did, so that was great. Yes, we've tweaked our methodologies hugely this year. Actually, so yeah, I don't know whether you count this as methodology, but basically, the coronavirus pandemic was a massive kick up the arse for us to finally put in place some credible digital proposition. So we've been talking about it for years, and we were hunkered down in April. And we were thinking, well, what can we do? What can we do during this time to make things better? So my co-editor Marcus set about digitizing everything that we'd done, every single issue of the magazine going back to 2010. And we decided to give that as a free additional service to our subscribers. So, if you get a print subscription, you can also get access to all of this. And then we thought, well, actually, let's sell a standalone digital thing as well, because there's some people in Australia, for example, that are saying, well, look, it's going to take me weeks and weeks and weeks to get the printed issue of the magazine. Can I just get a digital subscription? And some people who don't want print in their homes anymore, it's too much kind of clutter for them. What they talk about clutter anyway. So we did that, and then we did all these new digital events. We'd always done events in London at King's College, a lovely lecture theatre there, and people had often said to us, "Why don't you do them, on Zoom?" And I'd say, because I think it'd be dreadful, and you wouldn't have that same interaction and so on. Actually, we did our first class on Zoom, and it was amazing. It was so intimate and so lovely, and
you had people from all over the world attending, right?
I had, in the first class, I had somebody from Thessaloniki in Greece, and somebody from Dublin, I had somebody from Sao Paulo, and I had somebody from Las Vegas. Wow. So these subscribers that I would never, ever, ever have had a chance to talk with, and we got a chance to talk and interact and kind of share ideas, and it was wonderful. So that has been a real quantum shift for us and a positive thing. And finally, yes, we've got Christmas deals. I'm going to write down the code. So the code that you need to know, and please do put this in the show notes as well, is Slow Ho Ho. And Slow Ho Ho is our Christmas promo code, and Slow Ho Ho will get you 15% off a subscription this year, which is well worth having. Thanks, John.
Yeah, John. Well, there were some very intelligible questions, and obviously we have a very good audience here. And I hope, John, that we've not we, it was Rob who answered your questions. Now there is another question from Anna Maria, and she asks one about. I have a question about the great covers you have. Always a different designer. Is that a strategy?
Yeah, it definitely is. It is. So firstly, we love showcasing the work of amazing artists. So we love to get really big name artists, but also we love to have lesser known artists and kind of like, I would never say that we discovered anybody, but, people who are with a kind of a lower profile, and give them, the lovely format of a magazine cover, and a magazine cover without cover lines on it as well.
Do you get a lot of designers asking you if they can design something for your cover?
We do sometimes, yeah. In fact, I can show you just quickly. So we do have a lovely thing on our website, which is worth having a look at, where you can just see everything that we've ever done. Let me just show you just quickly while I have it on. The application, blah, 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 blah. Chrome tab, here we go. Back issues, right, share. So this is all of our back issues, and you just kind of see going back. So obviously we've got going back for 10 years now, and we have a variation. I think we've gone through periods. I think at the beginning we were doing quite a lot of street art, and there's certain things that kind of will always catch our attention. We like bright, bold, beautiful pieces of art. We always like pieces of art that try to tie in some way, or that we think tie in to something that was happening. So I'm just kind of stopping on this one here, the kind of the fingers crossed one, which I think was around the time of the Brexit referendum, of just sort of, hoping for the best and not really kind of knowing what was going on. And that's the second Shepard Fairey cover that we did, the beautiful kind of wave one. That's a Michael Craig Martin cover. This is a fantastic Iranian artist. So we like to, and you can see that it's getting a little bit more kind of street arty. And then there's the very first one. So this one is the very first one was Shepard Fairey. And this next one, number 2, was a beautiful piece of calligraphy by Hassan Massoudi. And that was around the time of the Arab Spring. So we like to mix it up. We like to introduce people to new artists, and we like to give them exposure as well.
Yeah, so that's the main reason behind having these different artists and choosing maybe what feels right for the issue, and maybe even global culture, or what was happening around the world, which sort of grasps it, able to express it best in a way.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think actually, so this this kind of new cover, I think really kind of ties brilliantly well into what's been happening in the last 3 months, which obviously been dominated by the US election.